Hi everybody, this is Tom from Vehicle Visionary. Hope you're having a great day. Today we're at Volvo Cars of Shreveport, and this is the 2024 Volvo XC90 Recharge All-Wheel Drive Ultimate. It's a mouthful, that's right. I'll give you the same challenge I always do. If you can say all of that 5 times fast without getting tongue twisted and show it to me in a video, I'll send you a free Vehicle Visionary t-shirt or the new hats that we have available in our online store. And in today's video, we are going to present information to try to answer the question, is this still the ultimate midsize 3-row luxury SUV? If you're looking for a model that gets stellar gas mileage and has stellar performance, a lot of horsepower and a lot of torque combined with the electric motor and the 4-cylinder that's under the hood, the gas-burning engine, well, that's a good thing. This is a plug-in hybrid, by the way, so if that's something you're looking for, well, this is something to consider. We're going to take a good look at exactly what we have today, if this is something you want to buy, or maybe you're just curious to learn about it. And while it's been a few years since we've seen any major cosmetic changes to the exterior of the XC90, it still held its own as far as looking relevant, as far as looking modern. A very nice look, a very elegant look, and yet sporty and aggressive, all kind of intertwined into one. You will find LED lighting all over the vehicle. LED headlights, LED daytime running lights. We're going to have a lot of chrome on and around the vehicle. It seems to fit here, at least in my personal opinion. I do like the fact that Volvo has maintained the look of that grille to really, well, you know, it looks like a Volvo, because that's something that's been around for quite a while, but it still looks relevant for this day and age. Not a bad thing. All-wheel drive is going to be what we have here, and let's talk about tire and wheel size. As far as how much meat you have on the ground, there's a lot. Put all that horsepower and torque to the ground with 275 on the width. That's a wide tire, and a 40 series sidewall wrapped around the 21-inch wheels. And like I said, you're going to have a lot of chrome on and around the vehicle, and the brushed aluminum look as well in a few different places. A very nice look. It looks elegant, we'll say that. The heated, power adjustable, power folding, I'll fold those in just a minute for you to see. Side view mirrors and the body color mirror caps, turn signal indicators are built in. And let's take a quick look at the remote. No changes, as I said, for 2024, but if you're not familiar with the Volvo brand and you're exploring for the first time, this is what you have. All of the buttons are on the side as opposed to the face of the remote. So that is a nice feature. And the body lines overall looking very nice. Everything working its way over the roof. You've got the body colored shark fin antenna, as well as finishing things off with that rear roof spoiler and the classic look with the taillights here on the XC90. A little bit more of that chrome here on the rear, the Volvo logo, XC90, and the T8 all-wheel drive recharge logo found right there. A very clean look from front to rear. Let's talk a little bit more about horsepower, about torque, and most importantly, MPGs. Power will come from a combination of the 2-liter direct injection turbocharged 4-cylinder and the electric motor. 455 combined horsepower. The torque numbers come in at a combined 523 pounds-feet. And a big difference here compared to a lot of hybrid models out there. In this case, you do not have a continuously variable transmission. Good news, it's an 8-speed automatic. That is good. And let's talk a little bit about MPGs. Combination of electric and gas, 58 miles per gallon. On gas only, 27 miles per gallon. Either way, those numbers are fairly impressive. And as promised earlier, I'm going to show you these power folding side view mirrors in action. We'll hit the button to lock the interior, and there you go. They do fold in just as I promised. For those of you who might have said, I don't believe you, Tom, now you do. If you would like to tow with your XC90 Recharge, you can tow up to 5,000 pounds, And one of my favorite features these XC90s come with is going to be, let's see if I can make that work correctly. There we go, the hands-free tailgate. So you've got that motion sensor there under the bumper that you can either swipe your foot across, you can actually use a kicking motion as well. And what about cargo capacity? 12.5 up to 65.5 cubic feet. You do have a 12-volt power outlet back here, a lot of space. The cargo cover is installed right now, so I can't lower these rear seats flat to show you how everything looks there, but I think you have a pretty good idea on that. Not a big deal, don't necessarily need to see that, but I will lower these middle row seats right here. Let's see if I can get that to go ahead and fold on down. There we go. Obviously, all of the seats will fold down. That makes a difference. It helps with everything. There's a lot going on here. We're just getting started. And one of those additional features is that you can fold all three of these seats down together or individually. As you can see, you can really create a pass-through if you ever needed it. Say you had a couple of people to sit in this middle seat area, but you didn't have somebody sitting in the middle. You could actually use that for cargo capacity or whatever you need. So a lot of options as far as that goes. When it comes to the interior, there are very nice high-end materials throughout. The armrest on these doors, nice and comfortable. Decent sized door bin, and you'll also see the privacy shades right here that rear seat passengers, or should I say middle row passengers, can use if so desired. Very easy to put in place. We'll have the fold down armrest right here with the cup holders built in, kind of concealed away as you can see. And the rear seat pockets, more of a net material than pocket. But one thing I really like here is the fact that you have the air conditioning vents here in the pillars. So that's nice, really more at face level. You still have the air conditioning vents built into the rear of the center console as well. And you can see that you can control everything back here. Heated seats for the middle row passengers, that is also helpful. Well, depending on the time of year. And then there are the USB ports. And one more thing, in case you're not familiar with these XC90s, you have a panoramic sunroof as well. That front portion, without getting tongue twisted and putting two words together, the front portion slides and tilts open. We'll continue on into the front seat through the passenger side door. You can see that you have a little larger armrest right here, just as equally comfortable as the rear seat area, the rear doors. A larger door bin in this case, and you have the power adjustable seats that do have the thigh extension here on the front if you wish to use that. The driver or the passenger, you can see how that works right there. All I'm doing is using this button to move it forward or back. Quite a bit going on here as far as what we have. The Recharge logo, I don't know how well you can see that with the glare, but it is there on the door sill. And by the way, you do have a power shade for that panoramic sunroof. That's going to help with a lot of things to make things easier to deal with. And a nice look overall. The wood grain material right here, nice materials, and something that we don't see in a lot of vehicles. I often talk about how at different price points, it really shouldn't matter. If you have seat memory on the driver's side, you should also have it on the passenger side. Well, in this case, we do with this Volvo XC90 Recharge. And then we'll work our way across and you'll see the nice looking shifter. A very unique look. As you can see, it looks elegant, it looks high end. The one thing I know I have to still remind myself about, I tend to reach up here when I'm working to start the engine. That control is right here. It's actually a knob that you just turn to turn the engine on and off. So that makes a difference. You have quite a bit here with different areas for storage and all that good stuff. There's a 12-volt power outlet right there. And we'll look inside of the center console. There is some USB connectivity as well, if you're wondering where that might be. And then this is what you're going to use to open and close the shade and the sunroof, in case you were curious where all of that is. And here on the driver's side door, not a lot to tell you about beyond what we already saw on the passenger side, other than maybe a few more buttons and switches, obviously, for controlling the windows and those power side view mirrors. You can also open the power tailgate right here, and the gas door that is, by the way, on the right side or passenger side of the vehicle. The steering wheel is tilt and telescopically adjustable. It is also heated, and we have a very nice modern digital instrument cluster here. A lot going on where all of that is concerned. You can have your navigation right there, as you can see, speed limit recognition or traffic sign recognition. Quite a bit you can do. You can customize that, make changes. There's a lot going on here. Works really well as far as that is concerned. And we also have our steering wheel mounted controls here. A bit of a combination on the steering wheel with the brushed aluminum and the piano black or gloss black finish, depending on which you might want to call that. The one area where I know a lot of people have complained over the years with Volvo is with the infotainment screen. But as of 2023, with Google Assistant integration, everything is done via voice commands. It's easier than ever. You can change the settings on the air conditioner. That way, you can change a lot. We're not going to do it. I'm not going to demonstrate it because I want to be nice and not set off devices in your home. Apparently, that has happened before. But you obviously have the cameras, multiple views here. We'll take a look at what they are. There is your front view camera. We'll go to the, your rear view camera. Here is the front view. We'll get that right without a dyslexic moment, right? And there is the side view on the passenger side and on the driver's side. So you have quite a few options where that is concerned. And one thing you might want to know about driving modes. There used to, in the past, be a selector in this area on some of the Volvo models. Not here. You're actually go into the infotainment screen to change that. So we have hybrid, power, you have pure off-road, and constant all-wheel drive. You can also change your battery usage depending on what you want to do with that. There's a lot going on here, a lot of different features. Here are some of your safety features: lane keeping aid, road sign information, ready to drive notification. You can turn these things on and off, by the way. You can see what all is here as far as all of that goes. It's really not that complicated. A lot of people will say that it is. I don't know that I personally see that, but again, I don't drive these vehicles every single day. You can see that we have more of that gloss black finish around the infotainment screen and the air conditioning vents. Okay, here we go, out on the test drive, and I'll tell you what, this is something that is mega fun to drive. So we're gonna get out and let's see here, let's get into a place where I know we're gonna be good and safe before I drop the hammer just a little bit here. You know, you really don't feel it as much as you might expect. You can feel yourself being pushed back in the seat a little bit. But when you look at the speedometer, and by the way, I forgot to mention this earlier, there is a head-up display, so that is right there to see very easily. You get up to a lot of speed in a hurry. In fact, I need to slow down a little bit more than what I already have. There is plenty of get up and go here, but quite an interesting combination of impressive performance, solid gas mileage, a very comfortable ride quality, and just an overall high-end vehicle. It's a lot of fun to drive, easy to deal with. It handles well, it drives well, a little bit of everything going on here that I think works well as far as drivability goes. You have your blind spot information system, all that good stuff, all of those great safety features are here. We talked a little bit about that earlier in the video. Really a very well-rounded vehicle. Interior is comfortable, the seats themselves are nice and comfortable, so you have a good combination of shocks and suspension that do a good job of soaking up the bumps, but also the seats themselves are comfortable, obviously fully adjustable. And let's just give the accelerator test one more time. We'll just go ahead and cruise on down the road here. Boy, I'm going to tell you what, that's impressive. That is impressive, especially when you look down at the speedometer and you think, well, I'm not going all that terribly fast. At least for myself, it doesn't feel like it. But when you look at the speedometer and say, oh, I didn't realize I was going that fast. But that's just the way it is. A lot of fun to drive. So ultimately, it's a really enjoyable vehicle. You have a lot of high-end materials here. It feels luxurious. It looks luxurious. It's going to get down the road in every situation with no problem being all-wheel drive. You can even step on it when it's raining and you should still be in good shape as long as you have good tread on the tires. A really good vehicle with that all-wheel drive if you live in an area where you get a lot of snow and ice, because obviously that's going to be beneficial where that is concerned. A lot of benefit here. I know a lot of people, like I said earlier, the one big knock that a lot of people have on these Volvos has to do with the infotainment screen. I believe having Google Assistant here really makes up for that in a big way. It makes a big difference where all of that is concerned. Overall, that's really the only thing that I have personally seen where a lot of people have said, yeah, that's the one knock that I have on these Volvos. Tell me what your thoughts are. What do you like? What do you not like? What would make you say, this is a vehicle I am considering buying? So tell me what you think down in the comments section. Is the 2024 Volvo XC90 Recharge all-wheel drive Ultimate still the ultimate mid-size luxury 3-row SUV? Again, that big mouthful, right? If you want to know more about this particular model, check out the link down in the description of the video. And I have to say a special thanks to my friends here at Volvo Cars of Shreveport for loaning me this model for the day. And a special thanks to each and every one of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video and haven't subscribed to the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel just yet, please consider doing so to see future videos. And if you would like to learn about other vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.